So I've been getting asked a lot why I chose to be vegetarian, and instead of replying to everybody, I thought it would be easier just to make a video and kind of just let you guys know why I chose to be vegetarian and what it definitely takes, and maybe some like advice. I don't know, we'll see. I chose to be vegetarian for my own reasons. In the beginning, those reasons were environmental and health reasons. So it probably all started whenever I was like, I want to say like 19. I wasn't vegetarian at that time, but that was whenever I very first moved out of my parents' house, and I had just moved into my very first apartment. So it was like a really big step for me, and it was the very first time that I ever had to go grocery shopping on my own, but I knew that I didn't want to eat unhealthy food. The very first couple of months of me moving out of my parents' house, I had no idea what the hell I was doing. Excuse my language, but I didn't. I would say for like the first 6 months, I was literally eating ramen noodles and SpaghettiOs. Oh, that's so sad. I mean, I still eat ramen noodles, but whatever. I wanted to eat better, and I knew that I wasn't feeling good because I was eating like crap. So I downloaded this lovely little app called Pinterest. I'm sure that everybody in this entire world knows what Pinterest is. And if you don't, definitely go download that, because that is the shiz. It's amazing. It's so amazing. I created like my own little food group on there, and I started pinning like a bunch of recipes and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, well, I'm pinning them, I might as well try them out. The very first thing I tried cooking was tacos, and I know that's not healthy, but it was the very first thing I tried. After that, I was like, okay, I really need to figure out how I'm gonna cook, because if I'm gonna be a wife one day, I need to figure out what I'm doing, and I better figure it out quick. But I ended up, like, I kept buying ingredients and trying different stuff because I had no clue how to cook. I very first started eating better because my skin was crazy bad. I mean, I'll insert a picture for you guys to see, but my skin was so bad. And I knew it was because of all of the junk food that I was eating. I drank a lot of dairy milk, I was eating a lot of greasy foods, a lot of fried foods, and just things that I knew were not good for me, a lot of sugary things. So I really started doing my research, and I started realizing that I needed to cut out dairy. I needed to cut out all of the bad sugars, and I needed to start drinking more water. So I came across this 30-day water challenge, and it was a 30-day, it was like 3 liters of water a day. After the end of the 30 days, I realized my skin was so much clearer. My skin was so much softer, because I really suffered for a very long time with really dry, flaky skin, and I just never knew how to fix it, like ever. So I realized, okay, well, since my skin is an organ, and if I'm feeding it junk food and it's producing like acne and dry skin and all of that, I could only imagine what is happening on the inside of my stomach right now to the rest of my organs. So that kind of freaked me out, and that's whenever it all started. That's whenever I started eating a lot healthier, but I wasn't vegetarian yet. I started eating a lot of grilled chicken, I started eating broccoli, carrots, spinach, and kale, and all of that. I started realizing, like, okay, I like this stuff, and it's really good for me. So I started introducing it to all of my meals, and slowly but surely I started learning how to cook. Somebody's skateboarding by my house. Once I started realizing that there was still something there that I needed to do to take that extra step and get my skin to where it needed to be. And I really started looking into being vegetarian, going vegan, all of those things. And I realized that I probably couldn't go vegan first, just because I did eat a lot of eggs and I did eat a lot of honey with my tea. So I realized, okay, well, maybe I can try going vegetarian first. But I didn't make that step for another couple months until I moved here to Florida. And I originally started it with Anthony. He's outside taking the dogs. But we did that for, I would say like probably like 3 months. Probably 3 months, I'll give him that. And he did it with me just to try it out, just to see what it was all about. And he loved it, but at the same time, I knew that he really missed eating steak, which that's his own thing. I don't, you know, talk down on him for that at all. But I definitely do wish that he would still try being vegetarian with me, but that's his choice, like I said. So he really did love it. He felt a lot more energized and he felt a lot better, and I knew that it was something that I really wanted to do because I was feeling so good. I mean, better than I had ever felt before. So I mean, I was still am drinking 3 liters of water a day, eating really healthy, like eating clean, and I did have a couple of slip-ups. I had like 2 times where I was like, okay, I really want chicken right now. And then after that, I just realized like, okay, this isn't what you need to do, because I felt like crap after I ate it. Not only like mentally, but my stomach was hurting really bad because I hadn't eaten any meat for, you know, 5 months prior to that. Because after a certain amount of time, your stomach stops developing those enzymes to break down those meats because you're not eating it anymore, so your stomach doesn't need it anymore. So once you make that choice to go vegetarian, you really have to stick to it, not only because of your stomach, but just mentally you start really thinking like, okay, maybe this isn't the right thing to do, is to eat animals, and maybe, you know, going vegetarian is a good choice for me. So in the beginning, I would say that my reasons were really like environmental and health reasons, because I started realizing that the way that we're doing things is, you know, injecting them with steroids and antibiotics and, you know, whatever else they're putting in them is not healthy for us. Like all of those hormones and stuff that they inject in those animals is not, we're not supposed to consume that, and that's not healthy. You know, so I realized in the beginning, like those were the main reasons why I wanted to switch to being vegetarian, was because I knew that that was not right. After doing it for this long, you gotta change the reasons why you choose to be vegetarian. Not that the reasons before still don't exist. Like, I mean, I still do it for environmental reasons. I still do it for my own health. But also, I mean, I'm doing it now because I truly believe that the way that we're doing this is not okay. So whenever people ask me, okay, why are you vegetarian? I tell them, like, for a lot of reasons. Of course, people are not always going to agree with what you say. Not everybody is gonna agree with your opinion, but as long as you're doing it for your own good reasons, it doesn't matter what anybody else has to say. You do it for you, and you do it for your happiness, your health, and for whatever other reasons you have. And you shouldn't let anybody talk down on you for that. So if you guys want me to do any videos about like what I eat in a day, or how I prepare my food and stuff like that, just let me know. Like, I'll definitely put some of my favorite recipes. I think that would be a lot of fun, just to kind of educate you guys on, like, just because you don't eat meat doesn't mean that you still can't enjoy your food. A lot of people think that going vegetarian is like a diet, but it's not. Going vegetarian is a lifestyle.